Never underestimate this thin thread. It was made of nanoblade material. Although only 1/10 the thickness of a human hair, it could slice through an entire ship. To retrieve the hard drive from the Judgment Day, experts tried many different methods. Ball lightning and nerve gas had too small a range. The crew could still have enough time to destroy the hard drive. A neutron bomb could knock everyone unconscious, but it would also risk damaging the drive. At that moment, the captain suggested slicing the ship in half with nanoblades. However, the blades were limited, so they could only be spaced 50 centimeters apart. That meant the operation had to happen during the day, because at night, people lying down might avoid the blades. During the day, anyone standing or walking would easily be cut. On the scheduled day, engineers set up large pillars on both sides of the canal, mounting the nanoblades between them. To avoid harming other vessels, the blades stayed submerged under the water until the target arrived. The professor watched the monitors nervously, waiting for the ship to appear. Once the last small boat passed, a deadly invisible net rose silently across the water, waiting for the Judgment Day to sail straight into it. The ship's pilot kept scanning the water, but neither radar nor his eyes could detect anything unusual. Feeling relaxed, he chewed his gum, completely unaware of the danger ahead. Soon, the ship entered the blade zone. At first, nothing seemed wrong, but the bow had already been sliced into 50-centimeter thick sections. As the ship moved forward, sparks began to fly, followed by strange grinding noises. Only then did the crew sense something was wrong, but they still could not see the blades. Even when life rings were sliced apart, they had no idea what was happening. It was only when the blades cut through their bodies that they realized. But by then, it was far too late. Through his telescope, the professor watched the scene unfold, cold sweat dripping down his back. Though the ship was already cut into many pieces, its momentum carried it forward. In the lower decks, a guard stood watch over the hard drive containing vital Trisolaran data. When the blade passed through him, he felt no pain at first. It was only when he heard the clatter of the hard drive hitting the floor that he looked down and realized his body was no longer whole. After completely passing through the blade zone, the ship slid forward a little more, before it finally collapsed with a deafening screech of grinding metal. The entire vessel crumbled like a house of cards, falling into a heap of twisted scrap. Everyone on board perished, but because the nanoblade cuts were so thin and clean, the hard drive could be repaired, and the precious information inside was successfully recovered.